compassion. Normally in my life, I push myself to my limits. I don't always listen to my body. But today I did. And it started just by this morning. In the mornings, I like to wake up early. I like to go to the morning activity here. There's always something. This morning it was Tai Chi. And I chose to rest out. My body was tired. I chose to rest and relax. I'd gone through a lot emotionally in the last couple of days, and it just kind of hit my body. And I wasn't angry at myself. I had compassion. Okay, I'm taking a morning off, even though I said I was gonna, well, not said, but even though I want to do all the activities. So I was really happy, proud of myself to have compassion. To relax in the morning. It's just the lessons of like compassion of my needs, my emotional needs in relationships, my physical needs, not feeling so shameful about them, but just honoring them, acknowledging them. It was a very new and nice feeling for me. And I started a workshop here, a 3-day intensive workshop with about 20 other participants from around the world. And just a full day of compassion. There was activities where we had to stand in front of a group of people. Just stand, just be, and feel all the sensations. Just standing in front of people, them seeing me, really seeing me. And I'm normally very scared of men, so a group of men just staring at me. I didn't feel judged, even though judgments are very natural. I was just gazing into my eyes, and it was such an intense response for me of like pure adrenaline, shaking, and wanting to run away. Like it was overwhelming for me. To just, I felt like I was just standing there naked. Okay, and then we switched groups. We did this through almost the whole afternoon. Different layers, adding different layers of expression and how we were feeling in front of the group and what we don't like about our bodies and what we do like about our bodies. And by the end, I was holding my breasts in front of a group of like literal strangers, men and women, saying how much I love my breasts, how much I love, the qualities of being a woman. I was like, wow, that was some big shifts in one day. And so I decided to the ultimate test for me, which is improv. Improv is like the most mortifying, terrifying thing. I love watching improv. I think it's amazing. Like people have that much confidence and fun and carefree and liberation to go up and creativity to be funny and laugh at themselves. And wow, I'm not that enlightened yet to do improv and theater. That's like the most traumatizing thing I could think of. But after such big shifts in my day today, I decided to go. And I spoke to the teacher and I said, just being here, just bringing my body here is so edgy. He's like, it's okay. And I'm like, I don't want to push myself. I want to have compassion for my limits of being here and whatever that looks like. I don't want to traumatize myself. I just want to be gentle and be here. If there's a group thing, if there's a teaching, I'm going to participate. But if it becomes so overwhelming, I just want to have compassion for my limits because this is terrifying for me. But yes, Jerry, no problem. Yes, I'm happy you're here. So of course, the other teacher, there was 2 teachers. Maybe he didn't hear my preamble when I first arrived, or maybe he did, and he consciously wanted me to work through that. He was also my breathwork teacher, facilitator. So one of the first activities we were walking around the room and I was avoiding him. I did not want to be anywhere close to him, but he came to me, and when he touched your shoulder, then you're the center stage and everyone stops, sits down, and watches you. So this is like tenfold my experience of just standing in front of a group of people this morning, like literally shaking, just standing there. Now, I had to entertain, I had to do act, I had to do improv live in front of like a room full of people. Me and this other woman. And I checked out, I backed out. I can't do this. I was like, oh no, watch her, not me. I did not want to be center stage. He's like, no. In improv, you cannot say no. You say yes. You say yes. You engage. Yes, and. Yes, and. Engage in it. He's like, our biggest fear is failure. We're so afraid of failure. And in improv, failure is the best. Failure is the funniest. If you just engage, like no one cares. Only you know that you fail. And it's big. It was a big wow. And so it was working with this other woman who I barely know. And she's good. She likes improv. This is like much easier for her. And me, I'm traumatized. I'm flooded. I'm paralyzed in fear. She slowly helped me get out and do dances in front of the whole group and act out and be funny and make the whole group laugh. You know, but it's like, there's people who are so funny and so talented, and it's so easy for them. They like to be in center stage. When I was a young girl, I was like that. When I was a little girl, I loved to be center of attention. I loved to perform and look at me, and throughout adulthood, I don't know the exact moment. I don't even think it's important, but just through growing up, going to school, being popular, maybe being humiliated, being laughed at in a negative way, traumatized me enough where I don't want to just fully play and have fun as an adult. They're just adults having fun and playing. For me, it was the most traumatizing, terrifying experience. But for the people there last night, it was so fun and enjoyable for them. And it's a big lesson for me. It's okay to fail. It's okay to play, have fun, not take myself seriously, say yes. When you say no, you disengage in a situation. When you say yes, it's fun, you go with it. Saying yes and not thinking, just jumping in and being in the moment. Taking yourself lightly. And that activity that night was more fun and more liberating than my whole day of the workshop. It was at such another level for me. Improv, like wow, terrifying. I would never normally attend that. It took me like a full day of a workshop to just show up and then participate. So the big word was compassion. I have compassion for my limits. I have compassion for my fears. I have compassion for, feeling scared, feeling frozen at times. Compassion for showing up how I am, not comparing myself to all of the amazing, confident actors and performers who are there, admiring them. Having compassion for our fear of failures, having compassion for my inner child. It's changed over the years. Where did that confidence go? My sister always says, wow, school did a number on you. School kicked all the confidence out. I was just, as a child, with so much confidence. I had so much confidence. Now into adulthood, I don't see my value. I don't always walk with that self-assurance and confidence. I take myself seriously. I can't laugh at myself. I can't play like a child. I'm an adult. Does any of that resonate with you? Can you relate to those feelings? How do you feel if you would go to a improv? You'd go to a night of improv with a group of strangers. Or not strangers. You know, these were people I recognize. I know I have to see every day. They see me. They remember me, you know. I'm here for 5 weeks, 37 nights, you know. Compassion.